So a young student, 13-year-old girl in Kansas, gets charged with a felony for making a finger gun. Now, I'm normally on the side of law enforcement and law and order and the justice system, but this seems kind of bizarre to me. So the story is that this 13-year-old girl, she's in class. This is secondhand information that a girl was asking her who was she killed in the classroom if she didn't like somebody or whatever. So she supposedly makes a finger gun like this, and she does this to the kids, and then she do this to herself. Now, mind you, that's absolutely ridiculous for somebody to do that, and they deserve to be in trouble, mind you. But this information was then passed along to the resource officer, who then investigated it and charged the girl with a felony. He didn't charge her, he arrested her. Obviously, the court system is the prosecutor charged her with the felony for threatening to do a school shooting. Now, I looked up the law. I said, okay, that's kind of extreme for a finger gun, and she didn't really say anything to anybody. Somebody saw her doing this and they took it a certain way or whatever the case may be, and she got charged. So I said, how much time or what's the penalty if you actually go to school with a gun in your hand? If you show up to school with a gun, it's a misdemeanor. Kansas State Law, I got it in the description section, the articles and the law. Kansas State Law, that if you show up on a school property with a gun, it's a misdemeanor. If you have a fake handgun and do gestures, that's threats of a school shooting, that's a felony. Now, this is my take on it. It's inappropriate to do that, especially with what's going on in the country. But to me, that is a school problem. That's not a law enforcement problem. If a kid is doing those gestures at the school, she should be expelled from the school. Officers can then do follow-up to make sure and determine that she doesn't have capabilities of going and doing a mass shooting. That's my opinion on it. Her grandfather came out and said, look, she don't even have access to a gun. I think she was just trying to show off in school. She don't have any legitimate belief systems or association with wanting to do that. But I just thought it was weird, man. I don't think that a kid 13 years old doing that should be charged with a felony. Now, I don't think it's going to go anywhere in court. They're going to probably drop felony charges on this young girl, especially if they can articulate, if somebody can articulate that, look, this is a troubled young person. They didn't hurt anybody. They're making gestures. That little kid or that person needs to go to counseling and get some help. You don't charge them with the felony and ruining their whole life. When I would assume that if a kid is making gestures and thought processes like that, you can catch them early, send them to counseling, get them the help they need. Because charging her with a felony ain't gonna help the situation. Because if she do time in prison, she's just gonna come out worse. And that is my advocacy for things like that. Now, if she bust a kid in the head and she threatened him, or you find plans in her and she brings a gun to school, it's like that will be to the level of felony charging. But if you do that, but you walk to school with a gun, it's less serious if you actually had a gun than if you make a finger gun and gestures towards other students. Let me know what you guys think, man. I'm normally on the law enforcement side, but I think the SJW in these societies are really causing more problems than they do good. You don't have to do a knee-jerk reaction every time something happens. You can be reasonable and say, okay, let's find these children and get them help before they do something crazy. Because charging them, they're gonna get out and do the same thing. You're gonna make them even worse. Anyway, I'm done, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'll put the links again in the description section. Make sure you visit Theofficertatum store to get all your cool merch. Theofficertatum store. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell. Make sure you bookmark this channel so you can see all my videos. God bless you guys. I'll see you on the next one.